What if everything you thought about pushing through sleepless nights was dead wrong? The harsh reality is this. Sleep deprivation isn't just making you tired. It's silently stealing your brain's ability to learn, your heart's strength, and even rewiring your genes for disease. Most people shrug it off like a minor inconvenience, but science screams otherwise. This isn't just about feeling groggy tomorrow. It's about the very survival of your mind and body. Ready to discover the truth that could change your life forever? Topic 1. Cognitive function and memory. Imagine trying to pour water into a glass with a hole in the bottom. That's what learning without sleep is like. Your brain just can't hold onto the information. No matter how hard you push yourself, without proper sleep hygiene, it's almost pointless. Studies show that just one night of poor sleep can slash your ability to learn by up to 40%. It's not about willpower. It's about giving your brain the natural tools it needs to thrive. And sleep is one of those tools, not a luxury. It's a foundational part of any strategy to improve sleep quality and boost mental performance. What's truly fascinating happens during deep sleep, particularly during slow-wave sleep. This is when your brain becomes a master archivist. It carefully moves fragile, short-term memories from the hippocampus, your brain's inbox, to the long-term vaults of knowledge. Think of it as your mind syncing files from a cluttered desktop into a secure hard drive. It's not just poetic, it's backed by neuroscience. These memory transfers, powered by sleep spindles, are essential for learning anything meaningful. And guess what? Better sleep habits are your ticket in. Now, without that deep sleep, the system breaks down. The hippocampus loses its ability to process new data. It's like trying to save a file on a broken drive. This is why, after a sleepless night, you struggle to remember names, details, even basic conversations. No amount of caffeine can replace what you lose in memory encoding. If you're serious about insomnia relief, it's time to stop treating sleep like an afterthought. Instead, make it a priority with a solid bedtime routine and calming relaxation techniques that train your body to wind down. And here's the kicker. The brain doesn't just store memories during sleep. It also clears out mental clutter like a nightly deep clean. Without sleep, this junk builds up, leaving you foggy and unfocused the next day. But with consistent sleep meditation, rhythmic breathing, and light discipline around screen time, you start unlocking clarity. You think faster. You remember better. You begin to feel like your best self, not the foggy version that drags through meetings and forgets why they walked into a room. The truth? Sleep is the secret advantage most people ignore. You can read all the books in the world, take all the courses, watch every tutorial, but without sleep, it won't stick. The great minds of the world knew this, even if they couldn't explain it biologically. And now, with science catching up, we're seeing how deeply sleep connects to everything, including the aging brain. But we'll get to that part next. Topic 2. Aging, Alzheimer's, and brain health. There's a quiet tragedy that unfolds as we age. One that doesn't show up in the mirror, but slowly creeps into the mind. Deep sleep, the kind that restores and protects, begins to fade with time. It's subtle at first, forgetting where you put your keys, struggling to recall a word. But it's often the first sign of something deeper. Science is painting a clear picture. Poor sleep in later years is not just a symptom of aging, it's a driver of cognitive decline. And when sleep hygiene falls apart, so does the brain's ability to defend itself. You see, sleep isn't just about rest, it's about repair. And for the aging brain, that repair is more critical than ever. During deep sleep, the brain flushes out harmful waste proteins, including beta amyloid, the very substance linked to Alzheimer's. Without sufficient deep sleep, these toxins build up, suffocating neurons and blocking memory pathways. It's like leaving your mental house uncleaned for years. But here's the twist. While we can't reverse age, we can optimize bedtime routines and use natural sleep remedies to support our brain's defense systems. Researchers are exploring powerful, non-invasive methods like transcranial direct current stimulation, a fancy name for a gentle brain zap that boosts deep sleep waves. And early results are promising. Better memory, clearer thinking, slower cognitive decline. But even without high-tech tools, there's a lot you can do. Temperature control, light regulation, and calming sleep meditation can deepen sleep naturally. These relaxation techniques work with your biology, not against it, helping your brain age with grace. The connection between sleep and Alzheimer's isn't some distant theory. It's happening in real time. Millions of people unknowingly march toward memory loss, thinking their insomnia is just part of life. But deep sleep tips, when applied consistently, can literally change the trajectory of your future. They're not a quick fix. They're a daily investment in who you are becoming. Because a sharper mind isn't built in the middle of the day. It's built at night while you sleep. So the next time someone tells you they don't need much sleep anymore, don't envy them. Worry for them. Because what feels like harmless restlessness today could be tomorrow's forgetfulness. And this ripple effect goes far beyond memory. It starts to touch every system in your body, your heart, your hormones, even your immune strength. But we'll get to that in just a moment. Topic 3. Physical health, heart, hormones, and immunity. Most people think of sleep as something that only affects the mind, your mood, your memory, your alertness. But what if I told you that what happens while you sleep could mean the difference between a strong heart and a heart attack? That's not drama. That's data. Just losing 1 hour of sleep, like we do during daylight saving time, can spike the risk of heart attack by 24%. On the flip side, gaining that hour, heart attacks drop by 21%. Sleep isn't just a nice bonus. It's a shield for your cardiovascular system. And if you're aiming to improve sleep quality, your heart is already thanking you. And the heart is just the beginning. Your hormonal balance is directly tied to your sleep patterns. Men who consistently sleep only 5 hours a night have testosterone levels equivalent to men 10 years older. Yes, 10. It's like aging yourself a decade just by skipping bedtime. The same happens with growth hormone, insulin sensitivity, and even hunger hormones like ghrelin and leptin. That's why poor sleep leads to weight gain, sugar cravings, and mood crashes. It's not lack of willpower, it's lack of sleep. Deep, consistent, hormone-supporting sleep. The kind rooted in a solid bedtime routine and steady circadian rhythm. Now let's talk immunity. After just one night of 4-hour sleep, your natural killer cells, those elite bodyguards of your immune system, drop by 70%. 70. Your defenses are slashed, leaving you wide open to viruses, infections, even cancer cells. And while supplements and green juices are great, they're just accessories. Better sleep habits are the armor. Your body was built to heal, but only when you let it rest. Want real insomnia relief? Give your immune system the one thing it actually begs for: deep, uninterrupted sleep. The truth is, your physical health can't afford bad sleep. You can hit the gym, eat clean, meditate, but if you're not sleeping, you're tearing it all down overnight. Your body isn't being lazy when it asks for rest. It's being smart. Every heartbeat, every hormone, every white blood cell, they all rely on nightly recovery. And the tools to get there are simple. Natural sleep remedies, evening wind downs, a cool dark room, and consistent sleep meditation to calm a nervous system. And just when you think that's the whole story, body and mind, there's still more. Because when sleep breaks down, so does your emotional stability, your resilience, your ability to handle stress, conflict, even love. What happens to the soul when sleep is lost? That's what we need to talk about next. Topic 4. Sleep and emotional stability. How sleep controls your mental health. Ever wake up feeling like the smallest things set you off? The coffee spills, someone cuts you off in traffic, and suddenly the world feels hostile. That's not just waking up on the wrong side of the bed. That's your brain, stripped of sleep, losing its grip on emotional regulation. A single night of sleep deprivation can trigger a 60% increase in amygdala reactivity. That's the part of your brain responsible for fear, anger, and survival instincts. When you're sleep deprived, your inner storm brews faster. And without consistent relaxation techniques, you're left defenseless against your own mind. Sleep acts like emotional first aid. While you sleep, especially in REM cycles, your brain processes and files away the emotional weight of the day. It's like therapy without the couch. And when this natural process is interrupted, when sleep is shallow, irregular, or simply missing, your emotional bandwidth shrinks. You become reactive, anxious, and sometimes even numb. It's no coincidence that chronic sleep loss is closely linked to depression, anxiety disorders, and even suicidal ideation. Emotional intelligence doesn't start with mindset work. It starts with deep sleep tips and a grounded bedtime routine. People often chase calm through apps, affirmations, even diets, but overlook the most powerful stabilizer they have: sleep. Real insomnia relief isn't just about falling asleep fast. It's about creating space for your emotions to reset. When you give your brain that time, empathy flows more freely. You listen better, love better, react slower. You bounce back from hard days with more grace. That's the power of restorative sleep, and it's completely free. Let's not romanticize the grind. When we lose sleep to hustle harder, we don't gain strength, we lose self-control. We snap at loved ones, spiral over minor setbacks, and feel emotionally off-center. But here's the opportunity. With consistent sleep hygiene and gentle sleep meditation, you can reverse that erosion. The mind finds its anchor again. Emotions become signals instead of storms. It's not about perfection, it's about balance, built one peaceful night at a time. And here's the part most people never hear. Sleep doesn't just shape your moods. It rewires your biology at the deepest level. It speaks to your DNA, influences your genes, and can even change the course of disease. Yes, the very core of who you are is listening while you sleep. And we're about to explore just how deep that connection goes. Topic 5. Sleep and genetic impact. Here's something they don't teach you in school. Every night you skip sleep, your DNA listens, and it doesn't like what it hears. In fact, just 1 week of sleeping less than 6 hours a night alters the activity of over 700 genes. These aren't random genes. They're the ones linked to immunity, inflammation, stress response, and even tumor growth. When sleep falters, your genetic expression shifts in dangerous ways. It's not science fiction. It's real. Your very blueprint is being rewritten by your sleep habits, night after night. Let's break it down. Your genes are like piano keys, but it's sleep that decides which ones get played. And when deep sleep is missing, the keys that light up are the wrong ones. Cancer-related genes, stress response genes, inflammatory markers. The body begins to misfire. Healing slows. Defense systems collapse. And still, millions of people treat sleep like it's optional. But you're not weak for needing rest. You're wired for it. If you're searching for natural sleep remedies, understand this. You're not just improving your energy. You're protecting your core biology. The World Health Organization has gone as far as labeling night shift work a probable carcinogen. Think about that. Being consistently out of sync with your circadian rhythm, sleeping during the day, working through the night, is now considered a cancer risk. And yet, this is the lifestyle of millions. Your DNA isn't rigid, it adapts, but also responds to chaos. If you're not prioritizing sleep hygiene, you're giving your genes mixed messages they can't decode. It's like trying to fix a machine while it's still running. But here's the hope, and it's powerful. Genes are not destiny, they're potential. And with better sleep habits, we get to influence which potentials are expressed. That's why routines matter. That's why relaxation techniques before bed, sleep-friendly lighting, and stress reduction are more than just wellness trends. They're tools for biological self-mastery. You have more control than you think. And it starts when you close your eyes with intention. The implications are massive. Because if sleep can affect your genes, it can also heal them. It can slow disease, enhance longevity, and give you back authority over your own biology. But this only works if you're consistent. The good news? You don't need fancy tech or extreme hacks. You just need the right knowledge, applied nightly. And now that we understand the risks, let's shift to the solution. Topic 6. Solutions and practical tips. If you've ever wondered why some people seem to bounce out of bed refreshed while others drag through the day, here's a little secret. It all comes down to consistency. Regularity is the unsung hero of better sleep habits. Going to bed and waking up at the same time every day, yes, even on weekends, resets your internal clock, your circadian rhythm, like a finely tuned orchestra. When you honor this rhythm, your body naturally prepares for rest, making falling asleep easier and deep sleep more restorative. This isn't just advice, it's science-backed magic. Temperature is another quiet but powerful player. Your bedroom should feel like a cozy cave, not a sauna or an icebox. The ideal range sits around 18 degrees Celsius, 64 degrees Fahrenheit. This cool environment signals your body to lower its core temperature, an essential trigger to kick off that sweet spot of deep sleep. So, if you're struggling, take a moment to check your thermostat or just crack a window. It's a small tweak that can make a huge difference for your sleep hygiene and overall sleep quality. And let's talk about those sneaky saboteurs: caffeine, alcohol, and naps. While that afternoon coffee can feel like a lifesaver, it often overstays its welcome in your bloodstream, keeping you wired well past bedtime. Alcohol, sure, it might knock you out initially, but it wrecks your deep sleep cycles, leaving you groggy and unrest. Naps sound innocent, but can mess with your nighttime rhythm, especially if taken late in the day. If insomnia relief is your goal, these habits are your first targets to tame. But it's not all about restriction. Incorporating calming relaxation techniques, think gentle sleep meditation, deep breathing, or even light stretching, creates a ritual that tells your brain it's time to switch off. Over time, this routine becomes your personal sleep cue, helping you slip into slumber faster and stay there longer. Imagine your bedtime routine as a bridge between your busy day and peaceful night, built with care and intention to protect your rest. At the end of the day, these aren't complicated rules. They're invitations to reclaim your nights. The journey to improve sleep quality isn't about quick hacks. It's about creating habits that serve you for life. And with these tools in your arsenal, the path to deeper, more restorative sleep starts to look a lot less daunting. But while practical steps are powerful, there's one last truth about sleep that can't be ignored. Topic 7. Final warnings and reflections. Sleep when you're dead. How many times have you heard that phrase tossed around like a badge of honor? It's more than wrong. It's downright deadly. Humans are the only species that voluntarily deprive themselves of sleep, as if it were some expendable luxury. But here's the brutal truth. Chronic sleep deprivation doesn't just rob you of energy, it shortens your very lifespan. Sleep is no mere comfort. It's the biological foundation for every system in your body, your mind, your soul. Ignoring it is like burning the candle at both ends and wondering why it flickers out so fast. This isn't fear-mongering. It's science, plain and simple. Sleep is the most effective Swiss Army knife of health. It sharpens your brain, heals your body, regulates your emotions, and defends against disease. And yet, it's the most neglected pillar of public health. Worldwide, we're facing a crisis, a sleep pandemic. People are running on empty, believing productivity means sacrifice, not realizing that sacrifice is exactly what sleep debt demands. The solution? Recognize sleep for what it is, a non-negotiable necessity, a vital currency you can't afford to overspend. Think about this. Every late night, every just one more episode, every skipped night of rest isn't just a minor slip. It's a warning siren blaring in the background of your health. Sleep deprivation triggers a cascade of effects that ripple through your brain, heart, hormones, immune system, and even your genes. The damage accumulates quietly, invisibly, until suddenly it's undeniable. But the good news is, this story doesn't have to end in tragedy. Sleep is a gift that can be reclaimed night by night, habit by habit. What sets you apart from the crowd is this moment of awareness. You're here because you want more than just to survive. You want to thrive. To unlock your potential, guard your memory, protect your heart, and stabilize your emotions. The path isn't easy, but it's beautifully simple. Prioritize sleep like your life depends on it, because it does. As the ancient wisdom goes, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, or in this case, a single night's rest. And as you reflect on this, remember, Sleep is not a luxury, it's your lifeline. It's the silent hero behind every success story, every breakthrough, every joyful moment. So what will you do tonight to honor that lifeline? What small change will you make right now to start repairing the foundation? The answers lie just beyond the eyelids, waiting for you to wake up to the truth. Now that you've uncovered the hidden power of sleep and the real dangers of skimping on it, what will you do differently starting tonight? Will you let another sleepless night chip away at your memory, your heart, and your mood? Or will you take control and build better sleep habits that fuel your body and mind? Imagine waking up energized, focused, and emotionally balanced every single day. That's not just a dream, it's within your reach. So here's my challenge to you. What's one small change you can commit to tonight to improve your sleep hygiene? Maybe it's turning off screens earlier, setting a consistent bedtime, or trying a calming sleep meditation. Share your plan in the comments below. Let's start this journey together. Your story could inspire someone else to finally get the insomnia relief they've been searching for. If you want more life-changing tips on how to unlock your best sleep, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss out. Because when it comes to your health and happiness, sleep isn't optional, it's essential. Ready to take the first step toward the rest you deserve?